We're on Baba Metzia Perek Mishnah Hey. New topic in the Mishnah. Says the Mishnah, Amocher Zetav Leitim. I have an olive orchard, and I decide I don't need the olives anymore. I don't want the trees anymore. So I sell Zetav. I sell my olive trees, Leitim, for firewood. But what happened was, the guy who has to dig them up and chop them down and take them for firewood, he didn't get around to it. So they grew, the trees grew olives. How much olives did they grow? They grew less than a revi'it. A revi'it is a small measurement of liquid. Revi'it, right? The revi'it is the amount you need to make kiddush on Shabbat. The sa'ah, for every sa'ah. So they made, zaitim ra'im, they made bad olives. She'ein b'sa'ah shalahem revi'it shemen. In a sa'ah, a huge measurement, they don't even make a revi'it of oil. Then harei elu shel ba'al zaitim. Then that's everyone agrees, even the owner of the land agrees that the owner of the guy who bought the tree for firewood, I sold him for firewood, you can keep those olives. But asu revi'it l'sa'ah, if they grew enough olives that was more than a revi'it per sa'ah, I mean, they were some of somewhat quality, they were bad quality, but a little better, then what happens? Ze omer, zeitai gidlu. So the owner of the guy who bought the trees for firewood says, no, they're my trees. They're the ones that grew the olives, so they should be mine. Ze omer, artzi gadla. So the other guy says, no, what are you talking about? They're connected to my land. My land caused the olives to grow. So the Mishnah says in that case, yachloku. They split it, because it's true. You bought the trees, the other guy owns the land. Therefore, they split it. Next case. Shataf nahar zeitav, unitanam letoch zdei chaveiro. I have an olive orchard, and along comes a tidal wave, and it washes the trees, my trees, into my friend's field. The Mishnah says, Ze omer zeitai gidlu, and then they just left them there. They sort of left them there, and then they began to grow. They began to grow olives, meaning the trees were supplanted to another field, somebody else's field, and now they're producing olives. Ze omer zeitai gidlo. So the owner of the tree says, "They're my trees. My trees were brought the olives." Ze omer artzi gidlan. The other guy says, "No, it's my land." Mishnah says, in this case, yachloku. They have to split the olives between the new land guy and the owner of the trees whose trees were supplanted. Now, the Bartanura explains that there's an interesting halacha here that's related. Let's go to Masechet Orla. This is Orla. We'll just show you Perek Aleph, Mishnah Orla. Masechet Orla. Perek Aleph, Mishnah Gimel. Okay, the Masechet of Orla. What is Orla? Orla is a new tree that's planted in the ground. And Orla says, the Torah says that for the first 3 years, the produce of the tree is Orla. So the Mishnah says, Ilan shene'ekar v'asela imo. Okay, if a tree is uprooted, v'asela, and around the stump, it's got its rock around it, i.e. the dirt around it. Shatfona v'asela shalo. Or this is exactly our case. A river comes and washes it away together with the dirt around it. Im yachol lechyot patur, v'im lav chayav. If it could live, then it's patur. But if not, patur from new orla, meaning it's considered the old tree. And if not, chayav. You're chayav in orla, and you can't eat it for the first 3 years because it's considered like a new tree. So now the Mishnah says the following. Based on that, we have this case where shataf nahar zeitav. Exactly the exact case where a river swept olive trees away. So the only way it can be eaten, let's look here. The Gemara Mukila, okay, the Gemara says, Kagon shataf nahar zeitim im gushehem. So the river swept away these trees with the gush, with that dirt around them. The hainu meaning, im karka shvivotehem. Okay, with the ground that's around them. She'en yicholim lachyot al yado, that they can live by this. Umipnei kenim turim orla, because this they are p'tur from orla. That's what we just learned. So when it says, when the Mishnah says yachloku, v'chol shalosh shanim harishonim ud yachloku, they only split the value of the olives of the supplanted trees during the first 3 years. That's when they split it between the tree owner and the new land guy. Even though the land belongs to the new owner guy, mikol makam, nonetheless, ilav gushehen, if the trees didn't have that dirt, the gush is a block of dirt around the stump, lo havi matzi achal minayu mishum orla, he could not have eaten them because of orla. But after three years, hakol leba'al karka. After 3 years in, then the new land guy says, nope, sorry, belongs to, he gets all the olives. The Amar Le, because now he can say to the guy, if I had planted, meaning the guy says, the new land guy says, listen, in the first 3 years, you're right, since your trees brought with them your land, therefore we split it. But the Gemara says, once those 3 years are over, I could have planted my own trees, and therefore the olives become to me, become mine. The Kahati also says, okay, that if the first owner says, I want to take my trees back, they don't let him. Mishum Yishuv Eretz Yisrael. We don't uproot trees because of Yishuv Eretz Yisrael, because the olive owner guy is going to get new trees. Whereas the second guy, the new owner, he wasn't going to plant trees. Now that he has trees, we want the trees to continue to live. All right, we'll stop here. And dedicate learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.